All right, hello everyone. Nice to see you guys. Yeah, hopefully I talked about in chat here to where there is going to be quite a bit of background noise tonight. Not tonight, but this morning. You could probably hear it already. There's a lot of banging going around to where I'm getting a new roof today. So it's the only day they could do it due to weather. It's pretty much supposed to rain starting tonight, all the way, you know, up till the weekend. So it is going to be a little bit loud, especially starting here, because they're starting on this section of my house. So hopefully as they move down, it'll be a little bit better. However, yeah, hopefully, you know, it's not too loud here. You know, let me know, guys, if it's way too distracting and like you can't hear me or something, because, you know, I don't want to stream if you can't hear me, but I think it's, you know, it's feasible. But I am going to be streaming again tonight. Even though I don't have a scheduled stream, I'm going to pop on most likely starting at 9 p.m, maybe a little bit earlier, but definitely by 9 p.m. tonight, to where, you know, I'm going to add another stream in like I did last night, just because, yeah, getting a roof replaced here while streaming. Yeah, it is a little bit distracting. You know, I'm sorry, guys, that, you know, it might be a little bit annoying here, especially since it's my only morning stream. But, you know, I might even, you know, I'm going to be streaming a lot regardless, to where tonight, where I might even throw one in tomorrow, early on in the day, if this, you know, if for whatever reason I have to cut this short, if it gets way too loud. But so asking about the overwhelm Cody with challenge thing, so how that works is, yeah, I guess missed the chance there for an easy shot. So how that works is basically every single tank request becomes like a mini challenge, to where nobody has to like bet or anything. You just request tanks like normal, and you know, if you win them, then after the stream's done, I go over and I dole out the Levi biscuits for, you know, people that win them. And the same with the person that, you know, bought the item as well. Hello, Doug. Nice to see you. So I've only done it once, that shop item, but basically purchasing it, everything works like normal. However, basically, you know, every tank request turns into a mini challenge, and then everyone who either won or not lost, because it's not like anybody loses biscuits, but anybody that had won a tank request challenge basically gets them, and the person that bought it gets like the jackpot of them all. Crap. So I'm a little bit concerned about the 112 mainly, but I should be able to work on these guys somewhat effectively, as long as this super Persian doesn't. Awesome, set him on fire. As long as this super Persian doesn't start shooting a PCR. But I should be okay here. Just need to deal with this object 252U. But it's a little bit yeah, it's a little bit loud here on my end, to say the least. You know, I know you guys can hear it, but it just sounds like I'm getting shot repeatedly, more or less. Ah, crap! That was such a bad shot. But yeah, the super Persian, he swapped over to APCR, and honestly, this is not good for me because he's just going to be able to pen me on my lower plate every time. And this 112, yeah, I'm dead here. So, whoop, nope, I survived. I don't know how I survived that last APCR shot, but that's something that the super Pershing is pretty deadly as far as crap. This T25 is definitely gonna do a number on me. Oh god. Yeah, there's no way I'm gonna get lucky again and bounce a super Pershing on the lower plate. Ah, that was a bad shot on my part. I tried to get my track over. But yeah, the super Persian has a really good gold round, so he just shot right at my lower plate. And the thing that stinks though, honestly, looking like our Emil 2 never loaded in. It's not his fault. Obviously he crashed or something. Hello Leonard and Randall. Yeah, we just have way too many people back here, and specifically they're all trying to shoot just one 112 to where they didn't have the best shots on these guys because we were blocking it. Not that we were doing it on purpose, but you know, more or less, you know, they're shooting the one tank that they can't really pen in the turret. So I hope they win it. You know, I soaked up quite a bit of damage, but I screwed up about 3 shots on that super Pershing. So hello Will, nice to see you. Levi's actually, he's napping. I can bring up his little camera here. But yeah, he is napping. He, you know, he had to bark and stuff at everyone when they first got here. But he is he's back here. And yeah, he's taking a nap. Honestly, he's pretty good with sounds. Like, he doesn't really freak out too much or anything. To where, you know, hopefully he stays that way. You can see his little doggy gate I made back there. It's kind of blocking the door. I made it out of the leaves for our kitchen table. It is a mess, yes. So, you know, bringing up his camera again, it's such a mess behind me because, oh hey buddy, he runs around with his toys all day and he brings them into the room to try to get me to go on the computer, to where that's why you can see in the background, like on the back wall in the closet, he has a bunch of like little tubs and stuff full of his toys. I put him in there, but he runs and picks them out throughout the day. Alright, so we have a Matilda 4 here. But I'm doing pretty well, Will. Again, anybody joining in here, you know, I'm getting my roof replaced today, which is why it's extremely loud in the background. Yeah, I'm actually having to try to talk a little bit louder here for once, to where, you know, I'm hoping, you know, basically the way my house is shaped, like it's a ranch style house, so they're starting at one end, which happens to be right above my head here. They're not even on the other side, but basically they're gonna hopefully get further away. Which, thank you very much for tipping, Levi. My whole house is like, here you go, little buddy. My whole house is like shrouded in darkness. They basically, if I wanted to go outside, I couldn't, because they had the whole house kind of draped over with, I guess, like a protective tarp, so the shingle stuff just, you know, slides right off into where they're piling it up. All right. Seems like they're done immediately above me for the very immediate feature here. Hello, Brian. Nice to see you. Oh, I know. Long time no see. Which I put out one of the clips from last night on YouTube, where I should have at least like another one out after the stream today and before I stream tonight. I'm shooting for about 9 p.m. Tonight, to where just trying to get in some extra streams here, since I had all those internet problems, and also with, you know, the added noise today. Awesome. So far so good. Yeah. Well, last night I had a really freaking good match in a Matilda 4. Unfortunately, it didn't really turn out good in the W department, but that one will be popping up on YouTube here in the next day or so. Tumbled in a clothes dryer. Yes, kind of like, you know, when there's, if you put like shoes or something in the dryer, that's kind of what it sounds like. That's a good analogy. But you know, if for whatever reason I might have to, you know, pop out of the stream for a second if they need to ask me something, because more or less, you know, they're ripping off my entire roof and putting a new one on, but they need to actually cut some spots up and change it a little bit. Whenever the people before Ryan and I put an addition on, they kind of put it on a little strange, and they didn't add any roof fence in, so if for whatever reason I need to hop out and, you know, answer a question for them, you know, it'll just be a few minutes. So far the enemy is like playing not really well, to say the least, but they didn't contest the north at all, which you at least have to contest that area, and they're not really contesting the south too much. Like, they do have an M6 down there, but like, it's only one tank. Like, he can't pull that side. I kind of feel bad for the guy, but you know, this is gonna be a quick, really easy win for us, because, you know, airfield, the 5 and 6 line, you have to at least contest 2 of the 3 spots to get a win, whether it's the north and like the center, or the south and the center, or, you know, you can just do north and south, but that's not the most ideal setup. You got to contest some of them, which they didn't do any of that. So this is literally a steamroll. I'm gonna head down for the T1. No problem, Will. I'm hoping to get some more of those out. It'll probably be, you know, I'm shooting for maybe after the weekend for them, because I'm trying to get more of like the written guides done for my map strategies, to where I'd like to get a lot of them up. But, you know, basically I think it's like 16 maps left I have to do, which fortunately a lot of those I have strategies done for them already, and there aren't like huge changes, so I can kind of not like trace over them, but I have something to go off of. and just kind of tweak it for anything, you know, that has changed. Top 4 damage though, honestly, the slowness in this tank actually hurt me here because our team just smacked him in the face in the first minute and it was done after that. But that happens in honestly any game. It happens. So where I know people kind of freak out about lopsided matches in World of Tanks, but literally like any competitive game, that can happen in the first minute or so and you're kind of, you know, screwed. Hello, Palladium, nice to see you. T125, sure. Which he added an I in after the request, but I got it there. The banging, honestly, the only thing it affects me, I keep having to tweak my volume here, is it affects me because in 1.0 they tweaked like the notifications when you you're getting hit and receiving fire. It's not as noticeable in my opinion now, and the sounds of you getting hit aren't as loud, which is good because sometimes they were very loud before. But that's the main thing with the banging, is it sounds sometimes like, if it's really loud, like I'm getting hit and I'm like looking at my tank like, huh. Alright, so I'm gonna see where the other guys go, but I'm assuming the Badger and the Mouse are gonna head on the left here, so I'm gonna head out over on the right. Thank you, Grigsby, for the tip. I'm glad you enjoyed the battle on the Matilda. Alright. Who knows, if you guys like the banging, I can put it on in the background every stream. Alright. Yeah, the Badger's heading left. The Mouse, he's loaded in, but he's not moving. That is not a good sign. Because, like, he's definitely loaded into battle. Yeah. It's just sometimes seeing that in the beginning, like if their name's not grayed out and they're still loading in, either that person's just AFK, which why would you hop into a battle if you're not going to be around? Yeah, I'm not going to be able to push here. Everyone's already ditching. Yeah, I actually need to turn around. Oh well. Yeah, I'm just gonna hold here. I'm gonna try to help out this way. I don't have a shot though on him. I had a very, very small shot there, but I say this little building here, I can get limited shots north, but honestly, they'd be better off just completely ditching this side. Thank you very much, Doug, for the tip. It's not even worth trying to tell these guys I have the base. I'm just gonna push into the town. I just missed him. I wish I would have aimed in better there, but it looks like this E100's gonna die. He overextended by a fair margin here. Alright, they have a couple more people there. So, very nice. These guys honestly just need to fall back. Like, I can, not to sound a little bit too overconfident, but I can hold this entire flank in a T110E3. Unless they flank me, which I highly doubt it. It's just their T110E3 and E4 on the 1 to 3 side. This Mouse though is he's falling back like to the base. He doesn't need to where it's gonna hurt us to where I actually want to run to the other flank now, because that's gonna be our weak flank if this Badger isn't able to pump out some damage. People play outside, you know, of the NA region on an NA server. It's like a lot of people have the misconception that the NA server is like basically the US server only and like Canada, but you know, even though there's like a subsection like a Latin American one, most people that play, you know, are basically in North or South America, but some people do play from, say, Europe or Asia. It's just, he very much could win here, pushing in, but yeah, I can't help here. Good luck, mouse. Nope, I can get a shot now though. This guy pulled up too far. I just don't want to hit my own guy. I don't know why he pulled all the way out there, but best of luck to him. It's just the left side's struggling, which is where I wanted to push. But I was trying my best to help. Anyway, here we go. I got full HP, but I just hope the mouse is fine down there by himself. He should be, though. There's no reason for anybody to head out there because I was just gonna hide behind, hold the flank alone, and everyone else would have been fine just pushing the 1-3 side. But I probably should have just flexed over to this side once I saw that that wasn't gonna happen. Awesome. I literally shot right here. Right in front of his cupola and right over his turret. This KV4 doesn't even know I'm here, to be honest. Like, no joke, he literally doesn't know I'm there. I feel bad, though, that the 252U died. Had that one shot not missed. It's just AT-15 should be popping up. Oh, right there, but thank you, AMX 1390, for making that easy. Ah, Lord. Yep, I'm done. I don't have a repair kit now. This E4 can definitely hit me. AT-15 is going to be able to hit me. I'm going to have to make a tough decision here, but I'm just going to probably get RD'd down here. Yep, I'm not going to be able to turn here. Where now I'm the one that has overextended. But yeah, RD is literally gonna do me in here. Yep, load her out. That's my fault for honestly going out as far as I did here, but this could have played out so much differently had either I just said screw it, because obviously people weren't gonna kind of play how I thought it was gonna play out, or you know, if the mouse just stuck with going to this side because he was driving that way. But oh well. It's just, instead of going out here when I did that, I should have honestly just kept heading this way, knowing that the E4 was over on this side. But they still can win this. It's just a little frustrating. Yeah, given I wasted a bit of time just waiting for that other flank. Alright, so they're back over me, if you can't hear. Alright. Alright, so I have a grind up next before getting to the T-57 Heavy. Again, for anyone that doesn't know what's going on, I'm getting a roof replaced today. I apologize, it's a little loud. It sounds like, though, they're putting the shingles on, or at least the barrier under them right now. They already ripped off this section of the roof. Hello, Arrow. Nice to see you. Oh, I know. Latin American server, it's just, you know, as far as the players there, I think it mainly deals with, a lot of them are just casual players, to where, you know, people mainly play for fun. And honestly, like, you just cut out like a lot of the you know, serious crowd, so it does play a lot differently. Thank you very much for the tips, guys. Palladium, Grigsby, and Doug. Some aspirin, thank you. I would say I had a really bad headache yesterday after having to paint the kitchen at work. The best option for a Russian medium crew trainer? Well, as far as low tier options, I'd probably say the T-3485M. If I had to pick one of them from that list. Like, the only problem with that tank is if you're bottom tier, your armor doesn't really come into play, but it's a really good tank for its tier. Honestly though, when it comes from a crew trainer, the best one currently is probably the T-44-100, or even something like the STG / guard. But the T-44-100 is probably the best crew trainer. It won't fit all Russian medium crews, but it will fit the higher tier ones. The name is Plugs. I'll remember that. I'd say that was probably difficult to communicate. Well, Artie didn't ruin the game there. Honestly, I just did it to myself. I knew Artie was going to be able to hit me going to certain spots into town. I just stupidly chose the wrong route, to be honest. To where when I get Artie'd a lot, like in a match like that, it's almost always like my fault. To where Artie doesn't really, you know, position in like weird spots a lot of the time. You kind of know where they're at, so you can kind of play around them. To where like occasionally like you'll get Artie'd and stuff. But like in moments like that where I was taking a lot of damage from them, plus getting stunned like one after another because they're staggering their shots. Whenever that happens, honestly, it's the player's fault for going out to a location like that and getting shot to death like that. Like if that was happening to me and like I wasn't getting shot from, you know, say both sides from the AT-15 and the T-110E4, I'd be perfectly fine with Artie hitting me because it's taking those two Arties out from shooting my teammates. So thank you very much, Dana, for the bits. Oh well. I'd say I didn't want to pop out too far, but the enemy team is really pushing that other side aggressively. So I've got to make a move here. We already lost our Type 5 Heavy. That's not a good sign. Prima Victoria said someone's down there, so I'm gonna try to get out here. There's the Scorpion G. Just the gun accuracy on this thing sometimes is a huge buzzkill. Gotta worry about him. But yeah, our other side just got literally clobbered to where this is gonna be a hard match, to say the least. It's like I thought about going over there, given that I am in a heavy, but it didn't look like it was gonna be a... Not to say I didn't want to go over there because it wouldn't be an easy fight, but it didn't look like it was going to be a wise decision for me, given the tanks they have. I'd have to chuck pure gold to pen most of them, given that I highly doubt that they were just going to like show me their weak spots. And the armor on this, especially against some higher tiers, they can definitely punch through like your upper glacis, like the E100 throwing heat, a lot of E5 shoot heat. So just one of those things that unfortunately, you know, I chose the wrong flank that probably helped, but at the same time, going in, I at least had a somewhat plan going into this. It's just we just, you know, we got outplayed here. I was trying to get this Streb to spot me, but really, I don't have too much hope here. I guess I can try to fall back a little bit, but yeah, I'm probably gonna get killed before I can even make it back here. Ooh, Lord. Yeah. I'd be screwed. This Centaurian has a really clear shot on me. Oh well, not exactly the best match here. Moving on to the next request, the T-57 Heavy. Hello, Steinhelm. Nice to see you. Alright, I just need to... 1 second here. There we go. I just had to mute it for a second. I had to, I forgot to turn on my GPU fan controller. It's a little humid here today, so well, a little humid and a little hot in here. But just give me 1 second here, guys. I just need to set something up before I get into the whatchamajig, the T-57 here. Yeah, we won more Ivanka, which is awesome. So, top 3 damage, but really good job by this guy, but also the 2 SPGs, to be honest. That's, yeah, those guys won it for us. Alright, so T-57 here. Yes, I needed one of those face respirator masks yesterday. Honestly, like the guys I was there with yesterday, they're there today. Like I knew with the roof being done, I couldn't go into work today, to where they're finishing up painting, not the floor, but like a lot of like the shelves and stuff that are all metal. You know, we gotta repaint them every year, so they're probably being gassed out here, because I assume it still smells a lot over there. Yes, the roof is being worked on, so intermittently it's going to be extremely loud when they're working right above me. Well, as far as arty mechanics, honestly, I don't think they're going to rework it much anymore. They already did the one big rework with the stun mechanics and stuff, and they've even stated that as far as like how they see statistically, arty actually, it's been working fine since they redid that, to where I think the only thing they could do that I would see plausible would possibly be lowering damage a little bit more. But I don't feel like that's the solution, because they would have to then like buff the rate of fire, or say buff the splash damage, or splash radius, I mean. Something, you know, to me it's in the middle ground right now, to where it can do damage if tanks give them really good shots, like, and they hit them directly. Otherwise you're just doing like really low damage, and honestly the DPM on arty's already really bad for its tier. To where like it's kind of like an amplifier with the stun tracking people, to where I think it's honestly perfectly fine as it is, to be honest. As far as like removing some mods, Wargaming, they do have like their official Wargaming mod URL now, so they are kind of toying with slowly weeding out mods they don't want, which XVM, you know, it's always kind of been controversial, and not to say it's on the list for them to do it, but they are moving towards basically approving any mods in the game, to where, you know, we might see that done away with. They've talked about it before, where I think a system like World of Warships has, to where if you want to hide your stats, you just click a little thing on your profile to where either they're hidden to everybody except for you, you're kind of like delisted and you can give people a URL to look at them, or, you know, of course they can look in game, but kind of hiding them that way would break XVM and stuff, because they wouldn't be able to track your mods. Alright, this Type 4, he still might be pushing out here. Just as IS-3 is going, so I knew that he was going to spot him. Yeah, I knew he was going to spot him. This Type 4 is now not paying attention to me, hopefully. He's paying attention to his IS-3. Yep, I got really good shots here. I might have taken that a little bit too early, because now he... Alright, Mr. IS-3. I'm going to get shot up most likely here, but I want to at least get my full clip off. I'm actually going to... I'm going to advance here. This Scorpion G has a good shot to kill this guy. But more importantly, if I can get up here, it'll make it easier to push a little bit later on. I saw that coming, but god damn it, he hit me in my ammo rack. That's frustrating. I'm not able to spot him anymore either. Alright, so decision time. I'm gonna give it a go. Don't know. Nah, he moved. Let's say I don't know if that was gonna be a smart choice on my part, but I'm gonna try to push up to where this IS-3 is. I know the M46 can hit me. This TD can't, unless he repositioned. But honestly, people going south, I'm kind of surprised to see as many people as you usually do in matches now go south. It is not an easy flank push, in my opinion. It's really complex with a bunch of different routes, and on top of that, alright, this Emil 2 is looking like he's going to push into this IS-3. Unfortunately, I do not have... Good job, IS-3. I say, unfortunately, I do not have the gun elevation to deal with him. I don't know if I can get I can't get over that. I don't want to push north here, because they have a lot of tanks there. But I also don't want to push south. Yeah, I'm going to take a little bit of a leap of faith here. I don't think limiting already to 2 per battle would do anything, to be honest. It's like you just have to honestly play a little bit differently if there's 3 or even 2. But to me, 3 is perfectly fine with the cap. Like matches before, like I played when there was no cap, so you could have like 7 on a team. Anything 4 and up was bad, only because you didn't have enough standard tanks to, you know, fight on most flanks without feeling like the map is, you know, it's just like a couple tanks fighting against one another. That dude just ammo racked me again. Like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, and my arty just hit me. Which luckily he only, you know, he only module damaged me. Or tracked me, I should say. But like, dude, that's a risky shot for you to be taking like that. That M46 with 2 ammo racks, that's a little crazy. Because the T-57 Heavy, you know, after they rebalance it a little bit, we do need someone on a cap here. After they rebalanced it a bit, crap. Really, you know, it's the autoloader at tier 10 with the DPM, so I haven't had that on my side here yet. This match being perpetually ammo racked. I guess I missed the chance on this Type 4. He crossed right through there to where I might get another shot here. I just know the rocks and eventually up in this area. No, they're gonna end over there. Crap, we're at a Type 5. Unfortunately, I'm gonna repair my ammo rack again here. I'm hoping that guy actually... I don't want to overextend, because our RD is doing a pretty good job. Crap, he got me too. Our RD's doing a pretty good job to where they're able to hit a few of their tanks. And that Type 5 might be able to push out, but we have an AMX M451 kind of lighting him up, fortunately. Now my gun is damaged. Oh crap, the Type... I thought the AMX was spotting him, but... Nope, it's too late there. This is not good at all. I just hope that they can kill that Type 5. He had quite a bit of HP, I believe. Alright. I have never fired back into the base like this before, especially on a Type 5 Heavy. I hit him though. Holy crap. I missed him that time, but... Unfortunately, he just wrecked this AMX. I don't have a clean shot there. Ah, crap. Now he's gonna move, I feel like. He got him. I missed. Alright. Miss Oho's spotting, so I'm just gonna hope that that already can reset one more time. I'm gonna try to slow this guy down as much as possible. Luckily he missed. I might be able to jump on the cap at the last second and give it a little push, because our RD did not reset. Ah, crap. No, we're gonna tie. It's just too late. Yeah. Oh well. Our RD tried, but at the very least, it's a draw. Oh well. Did 4,400 damage, but yeah, it just didn't end up in our favor there. I honestly wonder why the RD kept moving, but I thought he was gonna get at least two extra shots on the cap, but that's always tricky in situations like that. But got a high caliber award. Unfortunately, a draw basically is a loss, but Type 5 Heavy, he did a good job. Honestly, the Strev S1, I believe, capped with him. Yep, that kind of sealed the deal for them, to where had he not gotten on the cap, we had a very, very small sliver of hope to win without them tying us for a draw, because we're just barely enough ahead to where if I got on the cap in time, we would have won it. Oh well. A lot of close matches that are pretty interesting, you know, especially last night and today. So yeah. I'm really glad though I got that one blind shot. I'm decent at kind of guessing and taking shots like that, but that's the first time I've had to do it on Glacier. Because usually there's like certain spots that people kind of hide on for each map when it comes to capping, But yeah, Glacier, it's kind of out in the open, so. Sorry I missed a couple things earlier in chat, but as far as like getting back to Artie and stuff, like I've seen people play it too, to where, you know, people that like solely focus on like certain players, if they like use XVM and stuff, like they're definitely the minority, to where people that really play Artie and play it well, they will kind of try to take the best shots for not only like getting the most damage themselves, but helping their team as well. When it comes to like stunning, say like 3 or 4 tanks at once, and that can completely change like a flank, stuff like that. Huh, that stinks that outside there's a lot of pollution in your neck of the woods, William. I'm lucky to where, you know, in this part of New Jersey, we don't have that problem too much. The most we ever get is they do like controlled burns and stuff, because we have a lot of woods and like wetlands and stuff, to where you know, they go through, it's that time of the year, they do it this time of year, where they'll do controlled burns before summer. So some days it's like really smoky and whatnot. As far as removing Artie too, like World of Tanks Blitz has that, so since that is on the PC, it is an option if you really dislike Artie. But I would say if you hate playing against a lot of Artie, like there's 3 here, and I'm going to the spot where Artie's either going to shoot here, aim there, or they're going to aim there. Playing stuff like, what is it, skirmishes and strongholds and stuff can be nice, because usually you'll get like a max of, say, 2 Artie. Yes, the Pine Barrens. Pretty much, it's like 20 minutes north of me. If you look at New Jersey, it's right above, or it's actually like the top of like the peninsula in the south, or southern tip of New Jersey, the Pine Barrens. Really, that's just, most of it's honestly just a state park. You know, it's just honestly a bunch of pine trees, cedar trees, with like little streams and stuff running through it, and swamps. To where, that's where we took one of our like a high school class trip there, and you know, camped out for, I think it was like 2 days or something. To where, yeah, not to that mod 1 was feeling really brave. Not to make fun of where I live, but honestly, the Pine Barrens, people call people that live there the Pineys. They're just eclectic, to say the least. Yeah, we learned like why it specifically is like the Pine Barrens. It had something to do with, well, the soil here is like really sandy, but it's like that stage of a forest to where it's all pine trees, and it's not like entirely like old growth or something. I forget. Bigfoot? No, it's the Jersey Devil that lives in the Pine Barrens. Either that, or if you've ever seen the, again, I don't mean to offend anyone, not that I think anyone's watching me that lives in the Pine Barrens, The Hills Have Eyes. I mainly mean it jokingly, though. The E5, it's definitely better to where, you know, it got nerfed as far as the turret, but it needed the nerf with that cupola. But the E5's perfectly fine. It's just, with the game, kind of progressing to where there's a lot of tanks with high alpha, really good penetration, like TDs and stuff, and even some heavies, like Type 5 Heavy, Mouse, you know, IS-7. A lot of tanks have more alpha than it now, so when it comes to a heavy tank, it's really on the low end when it comes to damage per shot. to where you have to play it really safe, as far as you don't want to brawl against, you know, say other heavies or TDs and stuff, to where they're going to out alpha you. They might have better armor, you know, more HP than you, to where it's really, not to say a medium tank, but it's just an all-around fighter, to where it can fit in a little bit of everything, and the armor's still good enough that you're able to deflect quite a few shots as long as you position yourself correctly. I'm just going to keep pushing here, to be honest, where I'm just going to hope that I don't get completely artified, but we lost quite a bit of ground in the north. I'm just having to rush a little bit here. But the E5 is perfectly fine. It just really struggles with fighting like 1 versus 1 against like tier 10 TDs, other tier 10 heavies, but it really bullies medium tanks, and it's really good at kind of mixing into the fight and kind of doing what your team needs it to do, because it can do a little bit of everything. I'm just a little bit concerned with pushing down here on these guys, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I just hope that I have enough help here. Crap, that guy spotted me. Artie's gonna light me up here most likely. Pull him back. T54 mod 1. Oh, you didn't even take a shot, dude. Crap, I did not pen him. Trying, dude. This Artie's bane of my existence. Come on. Oh, Type Forgus HE'd me. It's not good. We do have to worry about the base, however, I am more concerned about getting killed by Artie right now. Alright, I'm not spotted to where I kind of have to head back to the base, but me against a Type 5 is not going to shake out too well. Yeah, literally, I'm going to be able to stall here, but that's pretty much it, because it's going to be able to, the Type 5 specifically, he's going to be able to damage me every shot, which is the problem playing against a Type 5, is it's really easy to get any lick of damage off, so he can one-shot me, or he can just kind of splash me a little bit. I'm going to reset him there, where I don't think I'm going to be able to win as far as killing them. But we'll see. Yeah, their Artie's still on me because we're not contesting the base. Yeah, I would assume with 2 other Arties that they're going to be able to kill me here. Unfortunately, I guess missed that heat shot, but this Type 5's able to. Yeah, he's able to hit me there. I'm trying. I don't know what my team's doing. Unfortunately, with where they went, like, this mouse has no HP left. They're just, you know, unfortunately, in heavies that big, they're not able to fight there. Oh well. Pretty good match though. It's just, unfortunately, it's going to be a loss. It was really, this was going to be a tough comeback. That movie, what do you mean? The Hills Have Eyes? But as far as the T110E5, you know, it's more or less, my rule of thumb is I try to avoid fighting, say, like tanks like the Type 5 Heavy. I'll try to avoid, like, say, going toe-to-toe with the Tier 10 TD, because they can cut through a lot of your armor, especially, you know, if they actually aim, you know, to where, like, some tanks might bounce off of spots of your lower plate or your cupola, whereas Tier 10 TDs will just cut through it. To where it's a good tank if you play it smart. But if you, like, go rushing out willy-nilly and get shot in the sides, if you get hit by Artie directly because you have weak armor, on the sides, rear, and also the top of your tank, you know, you're gonna hate the T110E5, but it's a very good all-around tank. It doesn't excel anywhere, but that's kind of the strength of it, to where you can do a little bit of everything in it. Yeah, but unfortunately, you know, those guys, you know, I don't fault them for trying to push through the center, but at the same time, wasn't exactly the best choice. Like, I went there because I knew I was gonna have to get back to the base. But unfortunately I lost. Top damage on my team. Their WZ-111 1 forward did an excellent job though. And even at IS-3, he did a really good job. So all in all, pretty good fight. I lost quite a bit of credits though, because I fired quite a bit of heat. That was like the only real chance I was going to have, honestly. Alright, so let me get into one more grind before SU 122.44 there. Pop into that. Let me start a raffle as well. Here we go. Which honestly, I forgot to. I'm gonna try to switch it up here real fast. Hopefully not screw everything up. I forgot to, honestly. I wanted to switch my setup here on the for the stream. As far as the second monitor I have. There we go. That's gonna look so much better, I think. I just need to get everything kind of ported over here. I'm just trying to organize it a little bit better. That way I can look at chat a lot easier now. There we go. Hopefully I didn't break anything. It's gonna take me a little bit to honestly get used to this different setup. But feel free to keep requesting tanks, guys. You know, if I got through your requests, feel free to add another one up there. You found the Jersey Devil on the roof. So I'm hoping that you know, someone doesn't like knock on my door to ask me something and I don't pick it up because of all the banging. I'm actually gonna. I don't know where I want to head. We don't really have anyone in the center. I don't want to go there in this tank, but if nobody's heading there, you need somebody. Yes, Snake. That was, you know, I put it up for a vote to where I let you guys pick a tank line for me to grind, and that was the Girl 15 line, to where once I get done, like the 705's getting close, under 100,000 experience. I'm getting close on the Skoda T52, about 100,000 experience, to where once I get those two done, I'm probably going to be starting the JPZ 100 line and also the Russian Object 268 line. I think that's what I'm going to be going with. Man, Levi is he was just humping the crap out of something over there. Hesh tanks, yes. So, you know, Hesh is really just British tanks, but we're high tier British, to where, you know, I have the Centurion 7, Centurion Action X, the FE 183, the Badger is Hesh, I believe, too. Uh-oh, I think someone's knocking on my door. Give me a second here. I'm gonna have to run away. Sorry guys, I forgot to unmute my mic. Thanks for letting me know. But yeah, it was Levi's time to shine here. But yeah, sorry, I needed to... The guy was asking me a couple questions about the roof and, you know, doing this and that, so... They didn't want to rip off... one of them was they didn't want to rip off... There's a satellite dish on, like, part of my roof, but, you know, we don't have satellite TV to where they didn't want to mess it up if, you know, it was something important, but... Alright. But at least I didn't miss too much here. Yeah. I feel bad that I had to, you know, kind of do that for my team. Run away instead of helping out a little bit more, but hopefully it's not going to come back to bite us here and we can get a W. Ooh. This guy probably did not expect me here. Really? Are you freaking kidding me? The accuracy of this is terrible. Like, I was moving around mainly because of the SPG, but I was trying to weasel my way back to where that IS-6 couldn't hit me. I'm just going to reload here. I don't think I'm going to have another shot early. But yeah, I might have to pop out in a little bit again. So basically they've ripped everything off of my roof. They're putting down the new whatever it's called, whatever barrier, but they're about to start putting the new stuff on. they didn't. I have these really cheapy like gutter guards. They didn't want to mess them up too, so I told him he could rip them off though if it made them easier for him. Oh, I know. I don't even know how I'd turn that defender, to be honest. This is not a good trade for me. I forgot that he had full HP, even though it was only like a minute ago that I saw him. Come on, Yag Tiger. I have complete faith in you. You pop that Lorraine 40T. I'll just sit here and ricochet off of the SU 100-01. Alright, no, you chickened out. Oh god, we're getting flanked by a charioteer. Crap, and an AMX 1390. Yeah, I'm done here. Here's just no armor. Oh well. Would have been nice if we had a spotter on that line, but nope, didn't. It's not the Yag Tiger's fault. Honestly, though, he should have played that more aggressive, because had we killed this guy sooner, then we would have been able to solely focus here. But he's called out in the center now, and the ISU's not going to be able to spot this line here. He's going to run away. Oh well, crappy match. Sorry guys. But let me pick a winner for this. Congrats, Randall. Levi. Hey. He's finally realized that. Here, buddy. He's finally realized that there's people on his roof now. Yeah, so, as far as requests go, if you guys type the command in, they sticky on my chat bot, so I do have them. I just add them up in between every battle, or every other battle, or something like that. But I did get them. Alright, so up next here, I have a SU 122-44. Sorry again for having to pop out there, but just it's an important day here. We've been planning this ever since we moved. Here you go, bud. Come here. Ever since we moved into the house, we knew we were gonna have to get a new roof to where finally it's happening. And now we are poor again. Because roofs are not cheap. Levi's not too fat. He's just really fluffy. This is honestly the longest his hair's ever been, I believe, in his entire life, to be honest, from what Ryan's told me. auto dive into the red line. And well, that's where, like, if you do need to go AFK, I see people just, like, you know, kind of sit there and not move at all, or like rush into the enemy. I would basically do either or, to where run to the back and basically crash into the back of the map, or put yourself on a path if you know you're going to be AFK for, like, say, the entire match. Just push down somewhere to where there's allies behind you and they can shoot some enemies and spot them. So get the key to winning. If only people could say that they're fluffy. Levi legit is, you guys saw like his picture where everyone says he has a perm. He's legit just like half fluff right now. Because springers usually have like really long hair, or like if you do a springer cut, it's short and like long towards the bottom. We usually just keep him all short though, because he doesn't really like the heat, because he's old. I do not have a good shot here, but I'll still try to take it. This is not one of my favorite maps to get in a TD, especially from this side. It's just, I'm keeping an eye to where there's only a Leo to shoot on the 2 line. They should be able to clean him up to where, oh good, they got already spotted. Honestly, we just went with like normal, they're like blackish gray shingles. Like, we didn't go with anything too fancy or too expensive. I had HE, but at least I tracked him. Oop, I am definitely spotted. I still have HE, actually. I'm really surprised, though, that nobody had hit him. But, yeah. Honestly, with the amount of work they need to do, like, if we didn't need to, like, they're ripping off the entire old roof, and they're putting in, it's like 90 feet of a ridge vent, and they're switching a couple other things too. If we didn't have to do all that, we probably would have went with, say, like a really cool looking shingle. We just, you know, went with kind of the basic. Not exactly in the budget. Especially with, you know, we have to worry about a wedding here soon. You know, that's early next year we're shooting for. Hello, GG, nice to see you. I don't know why I'm trying to fight against a T30 in this. That's not exactly a fight I'm gonna win. At least my team's doing well. If he fires, though, I will... He didn't fire, but now he did. At least now he's kind of one-shottable. I knew Artie was probably going to aim at me, but at the very least we got the T30 out. Thanks, Palladium. No, they're whatever they call the new stuff, architectural shingles or something. They're not the old 3-tab stuff. I know what you're talking about for them. We actually have like 3 cases of them in the shed from the old owners, because they did like the addition themselves, which is kind of terrifying. But I honestly, I use them for building like little things for like crawl space entrances, and like from like if I build like a little roof for something out back. Yeah, they come in handy for that though. Hello, Carl. Nice to see you. Hope you're having a good day. Okay, the noise has died down here for a little bit, but it's gonna come back here soon. They're out. They just got the dumpster here to where they're kind of removing all the old shingles, or not removing, but you know, throwing away all the old shingles, whatever plywood and stuff they needed to rip off. I missed my chance. He's not aiming at me though. Awesome, he's dead. All I had to do was look at him. I know for a fact I can't get through there, but that's what I was worried about. WZ-13, or not 132 to 120, where he got me. Unfortunately, this 263, I know he doesn't have a lot of HP, but he's the tank that, there we go, he just got the prototype. He's the tank that's going to need to push, because he needs to draw some fire, because these guys aren't going to be able to push on their own. Oh well. Alright, so I have Skoda T50 request up too. Alright, so Cromwell after this. There we go. I'm like, where's the Cromwell? Alright, accelerated crew. But I'm probably gonna have to pop out in maybe another like 45 minutes, hour maybe, or who knows, it might be at the end of the stream. Yeah, just he wants to show me something as far as what they're doing up there. Or I actually don't mind going up on our roof. It's like I said last night, like you can kind of like jump off of it if you wanted to. Woohoo, I got an MTLS 1G14. Yay. If anyone wants to hop, I'll hop into that after this, since I just got it. I have a couple videos out on YouTube from it. It's like several years ago. It was before they nerfed it to where the nerf version that everyone's getting now, it's fairly well balanced to where it's got decent armor for its tier. The gun's still pretty good, but before the gun used to have, it was like a 10-round clip or something, but it just used to completely annihilate everything, unless like you're a bottom tier. But I actually think it's a pretty cool reward that they're giving out, because it's not like a bad low tier premium, you know. I'm glad you like the Erlingberg video. I promise for the next one's coming out, they're gonna be a little shorter than that, because it was a wee bit long. Okay, we'll see what we can spot here. Don't necessarily want to stay out here. I just want to give a little gander. I have a very strong feeling that they're going to camp really hard on this side. One spot. I gotta be careful now. Got some support, but not enough to stop an enemy from pushing into me, to be honest. Ah, crap. That was not the smartest decision. Alright. I'm not gonna be able to push here. I'm honestly gonna fall back and see if I can get them to come out. I know they saw me kind of reverse there. I really want to push this flank, but my teammates aren't going to come out. Thank you very much for the challenge, Will. No. Yeah, I mentioned it last night to where if anyone did want a platoon, you know, just feel free to pop me a message. Our team's kind of camping too. So Fisherman's Bay, with how they changed it, you can actually play the center a little bit more, kind of like Erlingberg, but you can actually go out there and say like a heavy tank, a tank destroyer with a little bit of armor to it. But more importantly, you know, it's balanced where both sides kind of have an equal chance now. You know, the windmill is still kind of situated more south than it is like in the center, but basically both teams have equal chances on all the flanks now, in my opinion, to where it's going to play out a little bit differently, to where whoever still wins like this, like I called it the windmill goalie flank here on the 1-2 line, usually will have a leg up. But you know, it's more important to have the center now than it once was. But it's also, this flank is typically the easier flank to push. I just lost whatever little HP I had left here. I'm going to try to get out of here, but unfortunately we're not pushing anywhere. We're not pushing into town. We're not pushing, you know, on this flank. I tried, but I didn't have any support. And we're not really pushing in the center. Hello, Taco. Nice to see you. As far as posting full streams, I can. Over on Twitch, a few people have asked me to where I can do that. They'll just be on a one-day delay. More or less. You know, the problem with that is there'll only be like a really small chat like I have on the screen now. However, you can catch, you know, my past streams on Twitch here if you want to watch like the full thing. And I didn't have it ported over yet. More or less all you do is, you know, you click on my channel and you'll see a video tab on the top, or it might even pop up in the upper right hand corner like recent video. You can click on it and, you know, immediately once, like, say this stream ends, it's up there, fully rendered, you know, and complete. The only thing with porting over like a full stream over to YouTube is it does take quite a bit of time to get Twitch to port it over to YouTube and render it on YouTube. And then for a full stream there is like a slight restriction on I have to wait, you know, until the following day to be able to port that over to YouTube, or at least release it. I can port it over prior. But like, you know, I'm open to suggestions where, like last night I did like a little kind of last minute stream to where I have, I think, 4 or 5 clips from that last night already on YouTube. I released one right, you know, this morning, to where I'm gonna have the other ones out, you know, over the next day or so. To where I go back through every stream now and clip out like really interesting matches or like ace tankers and stuff. But there was kind of like a little hiatus last week where honestly my internet was just completely shot as far as my upload, so there wasn't really anything worth clipping out, you know. No problem, Taco. But let me know though, like I can definitely port them over if that would help completely, or if the problem's like not being able to watch on Twitch, you know, like I said, the full recordings are here, you know, immediately following the stream. You just click on the video tab on my channel here. I just don't want to, like when it comes to YouTube, to where I don't want to, say like, if I poured over every stream, say I had like a really bad stream and I was like having like technical problems or so on and so forth, to me, like I haven't found a way to basically clip out all the bad parts and condense it into one, but I can clip them all pretty easily and make highlights. Say I played 20 battles, 5 of them were really interesting. I could clip those 5 out and put them on YouTube within the next you know, 1 to 2 days. That's kind of what I'm shooting for now, but you know, if you guys have any suggestions, I can kind of tweak that a little bit. Fortunately, not the best match here. I guess I got a little bit too far out, given that that guy still had some HP. But let's hop into that little MTLS tank that I finally got here. Here we go. See, what crew do I want to put in this? I put my Sheridan crew. I think it's a, yeah, it's a light tank. Ah, wrong crew. Go. Yeah, I'm honestly kind of excited to play this. I know it's a nerf version of what used to be, but I'm gonna add up your challenge too, Will, before I forget to do it. I think it's a 1.5x challenge. All right. Slap on a couple things here. I don't know where all these camouflages keep coming from, but I'm not complaining. It's making equipping some of these lower tier tanks a little bit easier. Thank God we won a Fisherman's Bay there. Come on. A little bit of gold here. Keep putting the wrong, there we go, the wrong crew member. Anyway, popping into this tank here, I'm gonna get up to the, I'm gonna do the Indian Panzer maybe next. Or, you know, maybe the challenge. Let me, I'm gonna put up a bet here, so you guys can bet on whether or not I'm gonna win the challenge. Option 0 is you think I'm gonna win it. Option 1 is you think I'm gonna lose it. You can bet up to 2,000 Levi biscuits. Just type exclamation point bet space, choose 0 or 1. 0 for I'm gonna win it, 1 for I'm gonna lose it, and then pick 1 to 2,000 Levi biscuits to bet. Just make sure you have, you know, enough. Thank you very much for the bits, Taco. Oh, sorry that your PC's busted. I hope you fix it sooner than later. Like I can port over, you know, the entire stream if that. Well, honestly, as far as like, just type exclamation point LB to check your. So the challenge is going to be the one that you can see on the tank request list. It's in the T21, I have to get 1.5 times the HP total and damage the system block on that. Honestly, as far as YouTube and making money off of ads and stuff, honestly, I've never really considered YouTube really for money for making ads. Alright, dude, can you please, like, learn how to drive? Like, it's so minute what you get to where it's like, on average, I would say it's like $3 per 1,000 views. It's honestly not worth it to where, like, I only put ads, like, on the, say, the start and the very end of my videos. Some people, like, put it all throughout them. I don't really do that. But yeah. I'll pretty much play anything now when it comes to tanks. Like, I do take low tier requests. It's just like, if some people, not that I think you guys would, like, try to say troll and just all request tier 2 and 3 tanks, I probably would just say I'm not going to take them that stream. Okay, there's lots of tanks in the center, but I have no shots. To bleed a little bit of BPM off of this guy. He's a goner. Would have sworn that they were gonna push this side, but I was wrong. It said it in the chat when I first started the bet, but win is option 0, and if you think I'm gonna lose, it's option 1. What do you mean GG? I got whatever badge, you know, was from the last rank battles, if you're asking about that. Don't think that's a knock on the door. Well, I'm gonna do the challenge right up after this before we get into the Indian Panzer. This thing carries quite a few shells for such a small tank, to be honest. I know the rounds probably aren't as big as like a high tier, but... Alright, so the bet closed. I put a little timer on. You know, I just put it on 5 minutes, that way it times out before I start the battle. Sorry for anyone that's who kind of missed the cutoff there. Sorry, Snake. Unfortunately, I could take the timer off and manually close it, which I probably should do, looking at, you know, looking forward here. I'm gonna die. But if I do it now, it would reset the whole thing, and that would be a little bit of work to credit everyone their bets back. I'm hoping this guy doesn't hit me. It's not exactly the smart play I'm doing here, but we're down and they're camping, so Sorry for the banging, guys. But yeah, they're going around and adding on the shingles now. Your mouse request, it might be in the queue, honestly. Nah, it's up there. Again, you know, if you guys know that you typed !request correctly and like you didn't misspell it or anything, it'll always be on my chat bot. Thank you very much, Merlot, for the tip. And hello, nice to see you today. I am screwed. I knew he could one-shot me. Oh well. It's just us staying here for too long. I knew something bad was gonna happen. I probably should have ran back. Sad face. Hello, Root. Nice to see you. I turned clips off? I don't think I did. Snake. I haven't changed any settings when it comes to Twitch here. It used to, plugs. It used to have a clip on it. They nerfed it to where it used to only be able to get it on like a media account, account basically for like a media account, like community contributors and stuff, to where Wargaming about like 2 patches ago rebalanced it. Alright, so I have a challenge here. A lot of you guys bet on it. T21. I have to do 900 damage assist and block here in this match. I'll say if it's not letting you clip, I will take a look at it after the stream here, but I literally have not touched any, you know, settings or anything for Twitch to where I didn't even know that there was an option to turn it off, to be honest. But I'll take a look at it later. But yeah, so I streamed last night. I'm streaming now, to where fortunately, like I might have to pop out again here. Like I have roofers for doing my roof here, so I will be streaming again tonight because, you know, just to kind of make up for any inconveniences, and also last week with the internet. Oh, I know. Last night's win was very, very close. But it did used to have a 10-round magazine, the MTLS 1G14. I have a couple videos on YouTube of it when I used to have a media account for a very brief stint, and it was hilariously overpowered. I say I know I'm able to clip because I see the option up. Like I have my stream in the background just so I can monitor whether or not my internet craps out. I'm actually gonna... I don't know where I want to go. I might try to get an early shot and then I'll run over to the other side. But thank you very much again for the bits, guys. Taco and Merlot and Dana. Maybe just refresh and it should work for you. Maybe there's just something wrong with the page loading. Got a little bit of a spot damage. That's what I was looking for. Looks like the enemy map. They're pushing the other side, so I'm gonna run over there. No, we didn't get any damage to our roof. 4K, it would be a lot. I only have to hit 900. But 4,000 would probably be difficult unless you have a really, really good match. But we knew purchasing the house a couple years ago. They're back doing the roof again over my head. We knew purchasing the house a few years ago that the roof, it's about as old as I am, more or less. So it's reaching about 30 years, you know, the end of its life. And, you know, we knew we needed a new one, to where we're getting solar panels shortly, so in the next hopefully month, to where kind of might as well do the roof now instead of later. Didn't exactly plan on doing it as soon as we are here. We're hopefully waiting until like maybe a couple more months, but yeah, fortunately we scraped enough together to get it done here, and the people doing it are honestly the guy's really nice to work with. We kind of got a little bit lucky with the price. I lost most of my HP stupidly too, but this is gonna be a pretty big gamble. This might actually get me killed. We actually had a hailstorm Sunday. It's just all little stuff, but yeah, we had one of those. We haven't had one of those in a while. Usually we just get rain here. Tracked him. I still have HE loaded, unfortunately, but guy is hawking me, and he's got a couple shots. Free roof. Yeah. Honestly, our homeowners insurance and stuff would they would probably cover like one little part of our roof with it's slightly newer, like the roof, it's only about 10 years old. But I highly doubt we would get anything for the old section. Unless I'm not understanding homeowners insurance. Ah, he killed me. I was definitely taking a little bit too many risks there, especially because my team was up. So, congrats on winning the challenge here. Will. Thanks for having faith in me, guys, but sorry I lost that for those that bet on me. Alright, so yeah, you never know, honestly, whether or not I'm going to win. Nice to see that GG, Randall, and Palladium thought I was going to lose that. Thanks, guys. Alright. Anyway, moving on here. But yeah, our roof, honestly, we knew we were getting it this year because like all the asphalt like washed straight off of it. Like our gutters I was having to clean them out because there's so much coming off of the old section. Luckily it hasn't leaked though, so well, don't have to worry about it now leaking, hopefully. But yeah. Alright, let's but congrats again, Will, for winning that one. I was definitely taking a little bit too many risks there, but I stupidly lost some HP early on. Did the roofers accept Levi biscuits? I wish. Well, the T21, like it is different because it's a light tank, but it's better than it used to be because they rebalanced it a little bit. Which I forgot to take a look at the badge that you asked me for, GG. I'll try to remember after this one. I wish they took Levi biscuits. Like, luckily, like, we got a few quotes, which thank you, Shimura, for the follow. We got a few quotes, luckily, kind of, not like a family friend, but my mom does a lot of, sends a lot of business to, he's like the main roofer in our area, so he cut us a little bit of a break, which was very nice, to save, that's about like $3 grand, compared to some other quotes we got. But it's still pretty expensive. Luckily, we're lucky that we don't have to worry about any asbestos here. Like, some of the houses in this neighborhood have the asbestos siding, but luckily the one that we got here, they went with Technically it's wood siding, but there's vinyl over it. Thank you for the sub, Root Veggies. Thank you very much. I'm gonna say hopefully, maybe as soon as tonight's stream, I'll have my subscriber board that I pop up every now and then. I'll have that kind of fully revamped with all the new subs on it, new challenge victors. Say that guy didn't even budge with aiming at him. This is not gonna. Oh lord, this is not gonna be good. But I know if I fall back here, no, I have to. Just no, this is not a winnable fight. I feel really bad, but honestly, these guys should fall back too. Steinhelm, honestly, missions are, I guess, icing on the cake. More or less what you should do, like if you're talking about like getting, say, like a Stug, the Stug reward tank and stuff, just keep, you know, the missions in the back of your head, but you know, they automatically advance as you kind of finish them, to where I would say skip some of them if you find that they're hard, like some that require capping or something, and try to just, you know, complete them passively. But just, you know, focus on the tech tree. Missions are just icing on the cake. You get some credits, some premium time, stuff like that out of it, to where, you know, I just honestly push it off. You know, focus on them once you have, like, say, like 3 or 4 missions left, you know. As far as the female crew members that you get with them, the best use you can do with one of those, because they come with a free Brothers in Arm skill slot and like a free perk, is assign them as a commander in a tank that you know you're going to keep. You don't have to have a full crew, like it'll female crew members will work with normal crews now, to where basically assigning it as a commander, you can get 6 cents on your tank really easy, and the commander typically has the largest amount of skills that you're going to have out of any crew members. So it's the best use to just assign one to like each commander slot in tanks that you're unlocking. I was hoping from J1 we were going to be able to push, but I didn't expect like a 704 in their TDs and stuff, to be honest. What do you mean, a primer on crew experience? I'm confused. As far as using premium tanks for like crew training, easiest explanation is, so if you have, say, an American medium tank, it's a premium. Say you have like the T-25 Pilot, premium medium tank tier 8. Say you have any other American medium tank crew. Doesn't matter if it's a premium tank, a standard tank, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 10. You can put any of those standard crew members in the non-premium tank into that T-25 Pilot, and they won't have a penalty for being in a different tank. However, if you, say, take an American heavy tank crew, or, you know, a TD or something that's a different class as your premium tank, they will receive that penalty for not being in the correct type of tank. Which you don't have to retrain or anything. All you do is you pop them right in there, and you know, that's how the premium tank works. You don't actually need to have a crew for it, unless, you know, you don't have any say tech tree tanks. As far as keeping crews and stuff, I would say, like, if you're keeping a tank, you know, just keep your crew in it. It's not really important to move your crew up to the next tier until, I would say, maybe like tier 6. which I'll try to show you. I'll try to show you like a little trick here. Ooh, he chose to go up there. I had barely a shot on this guy. I do not want HE here, but whatever. It's what I have. Thanks, CG. Gonna push out. I should have waited. I thought he was gonna stick out there. A little bit off on where he was gonna stick out from. We really need to get out this 257 now. That shot wide, to say the least. I'm actually really proud of Levi right now for not wanting to kill everybody on the roof. He was not too happy with him walking in his yard, but I like my little doggy gate I made out of the table leaves. This is gonna be a risk, but I think I need to run away. Just to like back here in this area, because they're gonna have so many shots here on me. Don't have a shot there. I'm trying to do stuff. You don't gotta tell me what to do, dude. Like, there's only 2 minutes left, so. That Scorpion Jesus flank. There's 3 guys there. They should be able to deal with him. Gotta answer this text message too from work. Didn't get spotted. If it wasn't for that 704 possibly being back there, I would push on this Yag Tiger 8.8. See if he's still there. Nope. Which, you know, I'll just gladly sit here. There's only a minute left. Thanks for tipping, Levi. I'll go over your crew question fast, Steinhelm. Yeah, it's all good, Steinhelm. I knew this guy was here. It's just there's just that much of a lip to where I can't hit him, which I don't have any HE left, unfortunately. 18 seconds though. Doesn't matter if I'm not gonna live or die here, so I'm just gonna hopefully kill him. No, I'm gonna get RD'd. So I'm gonna answer his text real quick. Alright. Well, top 2 damage. Nice little win. Again, I could have survived that, but might as well just push out. Doesn't matter if I'm going to live or die. Alright, so let me tip Levi. And, you know, up next I have the FV183. But I'm gonna... Here you go, little buddy. Hey. Peanut butter beef lung. his new favorite. I'm just gonna go over crews real fast because Steinhelm had a question. Alright, so basically, so premium tank. So if you have a premium tank here, as you can see, like this is a M48 patent crew member here. You know, as far as the commander, the gunner, the driver, radio man's actually from the Pershing. One second again. Sorry, guys. Alright, which thank you very much, Grigsby, for the tip. Alright, which hello, JT, or Tobbyism? Close enough. Alright, so as far as premium tanks, so say the M46KR here, I can put literally any standard tech tree medium tank crew into the M46. So any of these crews I can put in, I can put these guys. Say in the T-34 I own, I can put any of my American heavy tanks. That's one of the perks of crew, the crew moving around for your premium tanks here. So pretty much you're going to get more crew experience in them. You can pop in crews from other tanks and train them up, stuff like that. To where you actually do not need crew for like the M46 here. So just looking at it here, I don't have any crew members for the M46 itself. So one thing as far as moving crews, moving crews from like one tank to another, I would recommend, you know, kind of wait until about tier 6. Before that, you know, just basically if you're going to keep the tank, leave it in the tank, honestly. Or even like say you're moving up tier to tier, you know, you decide like if you're going to keep say like the Pershing and move on to the M46, it might be better just to leave that crew into Pershing and start a new one for the M46. It's really up to you. One thing I would do though, so say you're starting from tier 2 and you're pushing up to tier 10, one thing you can do to save yourself a little bit of a hassle is once you get to about like tier 4, tier 5, and you want to save a little bit of money on crew training. So when you go into recruit, you have these 3 options. You can use the credit option here to where once you get a crew to 100%, which I'm going to throw this guy in here. So, or that doesn't make sense because it's going to show up as 75. Let me get to this guy. Alright, so say this is like a tier 5 tank or something and you're moving to the next tier. One thing you can do with 100% crew member, say you hit it like in a tier 5 that you're grinding and you're looking to go to tier 6 and you're not going to keep the tier 5 tank or a crew in it. What you can do is instead of clicking this little plus button and assigning a perk, just leave it there. Say if you're gonna get another like 10 battles in the tank and you're gonna put them into the next tier, the tank that you unlock, just leave the crew kind of skill unassigned. The experience will keep kind of tallying in the background, and then when you go to recruit say your tank for the next tier, you'll notice that this won't be 50% anymore, this won't be 75% anymore, to where sometimes like moving up the tiers, like this 75 could be like 90% or even 100% if you don't assign that experience to a crew skill. So I would do that honestly all the way up to tier 8, because the grinds aren't like too long, or even like tier 7, to where you'll save yourself some gold, honestly, if you're, you know, using the gold option for 100% crew, or you'll save yourself a little bit of hassle playing with a 75% crew. So it's a little bit of a trick, to where, you know, it can help you out, to where honestly crew skills, to me, like, I know they're important. They help your tank, like 6 Ends, Brothers in Arms, like repair and stuff. But honestly, when you're first grinding like up a line, sorry for the banging. When you're first grinding up a line, like, it doesn't matter, honestly. Like, let me get into like another one of my. Well, I'm in the wrong section. Like, it doesn't matter, honestly. Say like you only have like 50% of repair or something. It helps a bit, but I'd rather, like in the early days of tanks, I'd rather save a little bit of credits or gold. You know, just leaving it unassigned, moving it to the next tank if I know I'm going to get there in like the next 20 battles or so, you know? But, you know, hopefully that helps you guys out a little bit. Just a little bit of a trick that honestly I should make a video of it. But I guess now I kind of should. Just whenever I like, I have you guys like ask me about videos sometimes, which, you know, I appreciate you guys like asking for certain things, to where now that 1.0's out, to where I didn't want to like say make a video and people being like, why does your garage look weird like a year from now, something like that, to where now I'll actually be able to do like a crew training one, crew perks, stuff like that. So just thank you for the follow, JT. Wargaming plans on slightly changing crew skills at some point this year. They might make like 6 Cents perk for everybody, like their other games. There's no info about it, but whenever that happens, they'll give everybody literally a free crew reset, and you can dole out your experience like you, however you like. As far as the whole engagement and wedding thing. I'm not as... Honestly, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do a ring. I wouldn't want, like, some people do, like, a tattoo or something. I wouldn't be able to do that. Well, as far as crew training, so what I do, it's not exactly the most efficient way, or it's efficient, but you kind of waste a lot of battles with no skills. I just do Brothers in Arms for my first skill for every crew. That way I don't have to bother resetting them all. Honestly, it would make me broke, whether it's gold or credits, retraining the 377 crews or whatever I have now. So a lot of people, like if you're in a light tank or a fast medium, choose like camouflage, or even stuff like smooth ride. The ones that don't need it to be 100% to work. Heavies and stuff use repair, to where something you can do with that too. Oh lord. Of course I missed. I was too freaking afraid to shoot this guy. Something you can do with that, it works the same, to where, say for your first crew skill you actually want 6 Cents or Brothers in Arms or something, train up repair first, or like camouflage, smooth ride, situational awareness, things that don't need it to be 100% to actually work. Once it hits 100%, you can just use like the credit option and retrain, and then it'll be, say, like, you know, very close to getting 100% for that first skill. So at least you have something that's working in the meantime. I can't believe I just hit like a lamppost there. Where the same thing applies, to where if you have like 100% on a crew skill and you get that extra little plus sign for you to select a second one for your crew, you can just leave it sit there for, say, a few battles, then do your reset, and that extra experience will kind of apply you know, to the whatever tally, if that makes any sense. I'm getting confused now. Oh lord. Glad I'm not that guy. But yeah, as far as crew skills, I always go Brothers in Arms first, then, you know, like Sixth Sense, whatever, like adding view range and gun handling and stuff. Light tanks, I would say go for, you know, camouflage. Heavy, super heavies go for repair. It's tough, where it's a tank to tank basis, basically. That TVP didn't know what hit him. Dude, don't push me. Steinhelm, you know, it honestly, it all depends. You know, it's really hard to say. Like, I always go with just Brothers in Arms first for all my crews, but again, I'm kind of like a, not to say a special circumstance, but I'm special circumstance in that I have so many tank crews. That's the only way I see it economically feasible. I just one-shot him again too. Oh damn, I got a little lucky there. Alrighty then. Let's see if I can make it 3 for 3. Thank you very much, Wolf Ian, for the follow. Creeping up here slow. That way I stay aimed in. I know that poor TVP. Ah, broke my one shot record. After those first 2 shots missed, I got some nice shots there. And try to get myself a little bit more to the right here. I don't know where this 268 version 4, there he is. He is not an easy shot given how thick his armor is. I'm gonna want to hit him, I think. Crap. I'm just gonna let them kill him. I'm not gonna give him the... Oops, maybe I will. No. The satisfaction of killing me. I wanted to hit him basically right where the upper plate meets the engine deck, because all the armor lower down is much thicker, but I could just kill him with any shot there. Pretty good match though. Most of my damage came with just 2 shots, but I'll take it. I shouldn't have AP here, to be honest, but I thought he was gonna die. They're on my little corner of the roof again. But getting back to the crew thing, honestly, I would say for most crews, like if you're planning, if you don't mind resetting after you get your first perk, you're better off going with like repair, camouflage, smooth ride, situational awareness. There's a couple other, like as far as like gun handling or view range, repair, and camo basically. And then once you get your first full set of skills, I would say reset, and then you could get, say, Sixth Sense on your commander. But honestly, if you can play without Sixth Sense, like I don't mind playing without it, I would just reset, get Brothers in Arms, then, you know, get Sixth Sense when you have 2 full crew skills. But it's so tough to say because there's so many different crew setups. Like a tank might have like 5 crew members, 2 crew members, you know. Mastery badge first class though. You know, it's just really tough to say. Top 2 damage though. Again, it all came from like 2 shots, but that was a fun little battle there. Thanks for requesting that. I'm actually gonna make a little highlight for that there. Alright, so I need to do another giveaway here. Let's open that up. Up next, I've got the Skoda T50. whatchamajig, as far as whoops. As far as that goes, when it comes to skills and stuff, like, you know, I would say the only ones you shouldn't take: firefighting on almost every tank, mentor. I would not do eagle eye. Jack of all trades is something you get for like a 4th skill. Call for vengeance I wouldn't get. Signal boosting, no. Relaying, no. To where there's certain skills that you don't really want to go for. But again, it's really hard to honestly give like a lowdown to blanket every single tank. But yes, like Palladium said, some you can hover over their descriptions. Some only work when they're 100%, like 6 cents, and some work as you're training them up. So the ones that work like that are the camouflage, repair, firefighting, stuff like smooth ride, situational awareness and stuff. But the ones that only work at 100% are like the ones, say like 6 cents, the ones that like do something outside of affecting your stats, if that makes sense. The only caveat is Brothers in Arms, because that requires all crew members to have it at 100% for it to actually work. I know, a lot of highlights. Mentor, it's a 10% boost if I remember correctly, but it doesn't apply to the commander. It applies to the other crew members, and honestly it's kind of a waste. You're better off using something else, or even just accelerated crew training. They might have tweaked it, but I believe it's only 10%. But honestly, not to say skills don't matter much on your crews and perks, but really the most important thing is simply having 100% crew in your tank, and more importantly having equipment on your tank. So say like coated optics, a gun rammer, vertical stabilizer. That's the main thing you want to get on your tank. The crew skills are just icing on the cake. Like, they increase your stuff a little bit, but not anything like completely drastic out of this world. To where that's where, when it comes to new players, the largest problem in World of Tanks right now, like, yes, people having like 4 or 5 perked out crews at low tiers is a problem, but the main thing is new players have like 50% crews and stuff, and they don't realize why, say like the same tank that they're in and they're facing an enemy is just like completely wrecking the floor with them. It's because they have 100% crew and equipment in it. So it's just one of those things to say. I wanted to push here, but I'm gonna wait for this E3. Well, feel free, like, you can, I don't mind answering questions. You can even ask them on Discord too, that I have for the stream. I check that throughout the day, and other people will gladly help on there too. Say, I didn't go south because I saw that coming a mile away, that we were just gonna get absolutely rocked down there. I wanted to track him. But it is really confusing. Wargaming's working on tweaking it, which honestly, it's make it or break it here. Either we're gonna win up here, or we're gonna lose this match. We are up by 1, but the other side I don't think is gonna hold for very long. I saw that Borsig. I was trying to get away from him. E3, do something, E3, please. Please, you're my only hope. Also, okay. That Borsig dough. did not expect to get hit by him. This E3 is a problem. Or not the E3, the E3's having problems. I could have helped him a little bit sooner here. Almost tracked him, but now we should be good. We just really needed to win this flank before we lost the other one, or else it was game over. But, you know, I'll kind of add it to, like, you know, I don't want to say I'm going to have it, like, done in, like, a week or two. I'll add it kind of to what I need to do as far as videos and guides and stuff. It's just right now I'm just so overwhelmed by a lack of words, by the amount of map strategies that I need to do for 1.0. It's like there's a reason why most other people that do videos don't have like a website for guides and stuff, because they're very labor intensive. And honestly, you know, it's the decision, like, do I stream extra, like an extra stream, or do I make one map strategy, something like that? So, you know, it's a tough decision, but go. Luckily that little wiggle saved me there. Get a little bit of my reload off. That's a issue, that party. Go for it. If he already hits me, it hits me. Ah. I can't let this guy kill me. Come on, M41. You can go kill him. You have plenty of HP. Pretty decent match though. 2300 damage, 800 assist. I've got two of those up as far as map strategies. I did one for Erlingberg and one for Fjord so far. Old timer, which hello. It's just before I do those, like I make in Photoshop like complete breakdown of each map, so I can pull one up here real fast, and then I use that to make an article on WoTguru.com, and then from that I can make a video kind of incorporating that. Which congrats Taco on winning the raffle here. Pretty decent battle here though. Mastery badge 3rd class. But like as far as my map strategies, they look like this. Or is that's what I make in Photoshop, to where it takes me about probably an hour to make one of these, just to make sure I have the right, you know, routes and everything drawn and the things typed correctly. Thank you very much for the help spell checking, guys, too, because Photoshop doesn't have spell check. But from there, that's where I then on my website WoT Guru, I then, you know, make a full written guide breaking down like flanks and like tactics and stuff, and you know, then comes the video part. So it's a labor intensive process, which is why you don't see too many people do guides like I do. But when it comes to what's-my-jig, like the process I do, sometimes like I'll post on Discord like when I'm working on it. So it takes me like an hour, you know, as far as photoshopping like the map strategy. It takes me another hour to basically compile like the article and the written version on my website and to release it and kind of post it places. And then it takes me another hour to do the third phase, which is the video part. So, you know, I'll get them done. It's just gonna take me a while. It's about, I think I tallied like the amount of time just to get like the article and everything done. It's gonna be about like it's basically like a full day of work, 24 hours, as far as just the Photoshop and website part. Hello, 12 tank. Thanks. I'm glad you're able to help some guys out. And say I have a little, like the little Google Translator on there, but I know that's not like a 100% ideal. I'm not nifty enough to translate like my website automatically. Right. Going where the 430U goes, we have a lot of people. You almost have too many people in the 1-2 line from this side every single time if you're really heavy on the heavy tanks. Or not just heavy tanks, but like heavily armored tanks. A little bit careful about taking shots from there. Where are you going? I don't want to steal his spot, but I also don't want to be where I was, because I won't get any shots. Need to kind of bide a little bit of time for our team here. I'm just going to swap over to HE. Sorry if I forgot to tip Levi a biscuit, but I thought I tipped him. Hello, dead? Yeah, the command has to like be identical to what you see in the panel underneath the stream. I got a little bit lucky there, bouncing that shot. I got my turret around just in time. But my team's gonna have a really big problem with whatchamajig, pushing through all these big guns. That's a bit of a problem too, this FV 183. Thanks for tipping Levi a biscuit, Steinhelm. Yeah, it is a little hard. I do have the list of commands too on my website, like wotguru.com / I just think it's World of Tanks live stream, with like dashes in between each word. Come on, that's on me. I should have aimed a little bit more to the left. Ooh, I just bounced the heat shell. Hit me. Thank you, IS7. That made it really easy there. Looks like this bat chat's gonna give me a nice little shot. Yeah, the enemy's turtling up over here, where we need to take out this. I don't know what this bat chat is thinking, but like all their tanks are literally turtled up over here. They might have like one other tank over near the hill that we can't see yet. I just know if I move from here, the enemy's going to have a little bit easier time with popping out. Thanks for tipping Levi a biscuit too, Taco. Be one happy dog here in a minute. Don't have a good shot there. I don't have any HE left either, but I am tempted to help the hill, because literally if we win the hill, we got this in the bag. Shot. Or if I have a shot on him. He's dead. Bounce another JPZ 100 shot. He's probably really angry. He's like, but my heat always pens stuff. Well, not if you're shooting at the mouse with an angled turret. Or no, he pinned me. God damn it. And I just made fun of him. See, that's where it doesn't freaking notify you anymore. I was like, my HP is a little bit low for taking damage from the... I'm actually gonna pull back here. It doesn't do the sound sometimes when you get hit and pinned by certain rounds. Like, I wouldn't even have noticed that the JPZ pinned me, because it looked like it bounced to me, unless that mouse had pinned me there. I'm glad the mouse actually hit me, or else I would be trying to tank this JPZ a little bit more aggressively here. Alright, we got this in the bag. Yeah, it's changed the way that I've played, because I almost never looked at the bottom left hand corner. He might actually get me here now. I almost never looked at the bottom left hand corner, but like right there, like I could see him shoot me there because I was paying attention to it. But before, you'd have that like loud noise go off that you got penned. Not anymore. It's not loud enough, so a little annoying. Anyway, thanks for... It did exist in the test server, yes. They've even clarified that it is a known bug. Here you go, little buddy. Here. You want some biscuits? Come here. I'm gonna make him get up so he actually eats them correctly. Thanks, guys, for tipping him now. One little happy dog there. Got a nice little window. Not a lot of damage or experience, but I blocked some shots, assisted with a little bit. Lost a lot of credits because I missed quite a few premium rounds. So let me hop into the KV1 here, and then I'll get into a grind. See you, Palladium. Yes, date new? It should work here. I just I haven't added it up yet. But yeah, if like you absolutely know that you typed it right, the exclamation point request with a space and then whatever follows it, the tank name, it'll always be up on my my chat bot here, unless I have the queue closed, and it'll give you kind of a notification for that. He's gonna be so happy when he can get out of this room here. Which, again, I will be most likely streaming tonight, unless something changes here plan-wise. It'll probably start around 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll probably go till maybe like a little bit past 11, 11:30, maybe even midnight. We'll see. But yeah, unless something changes, I will be here tonight. I'll let you guys know otherwise on like Discord. Okay, KV1 bottom tier. Against my better judgment, I'm gonna go over to the Zeppelin over here. I always want to say blimp. I'm probably just gonna end up saying blimp. For whatever reason, I like the word blimp. I'm gonna keep saying it so it gets stuck in everyone's head, and they'll call this flank the blimp side. I'm sorry, Randall, if I go a little late. Well, that's one thing to where like I know, so basically this week and next week's like the last weeks where I can like definitely add in like extra streams, and especially ones that are like later than 10 p.m. to where once the restaurant we open up more than like we're open about like 4 days a week right now. Once it opens up more than that, that's when like 10 p.m. is my cutoff date or cutoff time, unless I have a day off the next day. Dirigible. But yeah, for whatever reason I like the word blimp. I don't know why. I've never been on one. Probably will never be on one. Sounds terrifying. Levi's starting to hear people because like this side of our house is kind of the end, and they have all the ladders up there to jump up on it. He kind of hears them now, instead of just being a little lazy dog and passing out. He's so confused why I have like a little dog gate back there. Thank you very much, 12 Tank, for the tip. Or 12 Tan Chow. Sorry, I thought it said tank. Thank you very much for the tip. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I'm actually a little bit annoyed at myself. I lost my HP for that. I knew I couldn't pen him. I can't fight off of this hill where I need to pull them around so Artie and the AT8 can hit them. I think the AT8's gonna get spotted and don't know what this guy was thinking. What this guy was thinking. I know exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna track him, but unfortunately he still has a repair kit. But it's gonna keep backing up to where I'm not entirely safe here, especially from their Artie, but a lot safer than getting hit by KB2. Yeah, we had a couple good fights, I think, Snake. Welcome back, though. Kind of went over a little bit of stuff about crew training and whatnot, too. Don't want to actually push here, I'm just spotting. Lord. Would not have guessed that he was going to pop up there, but that worked. I guess you're right there, CG. Way to rain on my parade. Guessing it's not a blimp then. Off the top of my head, I do not. The YouTube name. I probably should, but again, honestly, it's really hard. I probably should remember your name, because I remember you're one of the first ones to pop over here on Twitch when I made the switch a couple weeks ago. Playing with fire here. Huh, I'm actually shooting APCR. I was wondering why I kept penning that KV-1 in the turret, and there's the reason. For him to pop up. He's turning, he's turning. Ah, he got him good. Sorry, dude. Trying to get up there, I was just a little bit late. Crap. Okay. Sorry, Jay. But yeah, I probably should make a compile like a list to where between Discord, YouTube, in-game, and Twitch, it could be a little difficult, but I try my best. And this is coming from someone where I am honestly really terrible at names in real life. Like, I need someone to literally say their name to me like 3 or 4 times for me to actually remember it. Ah crap, I just killed my tank request list. No! I know I had the T-32, the RHM, Panzerwagen. What else was up there? I forget. Let me know when I delete it. Oh, I can't believe I just deleted my tank request list. Yeah. Sorry about that. T95, thank you. Alright, thanks for letting me know that. Which I forget if the T32 or T95 was up first, but let me just hop right into the T95. I'll do the T32 and the RHM, so I definitely get them done for the stream here. I'm gonna close the queue too because I don't think I'll be able to take any more. I unfortunately I just highlighted it wrong there to where I finagled a WordPad document to where I could chroma key out the background and everything else for my tank request list here. So there's a lot of mistakes that could happen very quickly. So, but you know, if I have extra time at the end, I'm gonna just, you know, I'm gonna pop in to a grind most likely. E95E1, I don't think I have that tank. If you mean like the T95E2 maybe? Like that's a tier 8 special tank. Or there's like the T54E1. Or is it the T95E1? I honestly forget. I have way too many tanks. I will, you know, since you guys popped in here, I'll try to play something like that. That's probably a tank, I'm just honestly forgetting. You mean the T54E1 then? I'll try to pop into that after the RHM. This is where my team is not going to go to the hill. This is kind of bad. So thank you very much, Starkle, for the follow. It's all good. I would say, as far as the roll dice command too, let's see what the jackpot's up to here. It's a pretty decent jackpot size. Fortunately, I'm not going to be able to do much here until my team. Thanks for tipping Levi a biscuit, Merlot. I know better than now than to, oh god, to stay here in a T95. I'm just gonna get artied and hit by like heat and stuff. Now everyone's trying to win the jackpot. So the way jackpot works is if you roll over a 61, you win. And if you roll, you basically win double. If you roll basically, what is it? 96, 97, 98, I believe. Or no, 97, 98, 99, you win triple. And if you roll 100, you win the jackpot, which is, it starts at 10,000 Levi biscuits, no matter what you bet. And it goes up every time someone loses. It puts 5% of their bet that they lost into the jackpot, which I'll probably up that soon to like say 10% or 15 or something. But it's basically like the flip coin command. It has a 15-minute cooldown, I think, on it. So, but it kind of explains it in the stream command panel underneath the stream here. Do you have these? I don't think he has the small gun. I don't know. I just got double team, but that's my fault. But that's where T95's armor isn't that great up close, but that was stupid for me to pull around there like that. I was just trying to like slide my shot, like, you know, kind of turn into him to where somehow it hit his upper glacis. Oh, that changes my entire battle here, unfortunately. Try to help out over here, but huh, maybe it's not working. Arrowhead gets rolled a 98 and he only won double. That's strange. I'll have to relook at the... It said it should give out triple. Because basically it's a script that the chatbot uses. It's not like built into it. But I just use the default settings, which it says you win triple. So... You just use the command. Just make sure you have enough Levi biscuits to bet. It's anywhere from 1 to 5,000 you can bet. But yes, it should have paid out triple to where I'll have to take a look at the chatbot after this to where it's not as easy as just like changing like a value to where that's why I left it as, which I need to tip Levi too. I left it as just the default settings. It's basically like a third party. Someone makes like scripts for the chatbot, and then it works with like little special games and commands and stuff. Or I'll have to look to make sure it's actually installed properly. Just make sure it's spelled right. At least our team's capping. We got this in the bag. And 30 seconds left. I don't think they're gonna get reset. It's like the Ferdinand and maybe the T69 have a chance, but we're still missing a Waffle Trager PZ4. Why wouldn't you? Like, yes, you should cap. Damn, there's a 1 HP T69 behind me. Oh, this is not gonna work. Nah. I turned a little bit too much. I was trying to honestly, half bait that guy out, but maybe shoot the T69 if that E100 wasn't gonna push, but oh well. Ugh, excuse me there. So let me tip Levi a biscuit here. They might have. I still hear nah. I still hear them up on the roof. I think they just got to the point where they have all the old stuff off, and they might be doing, excuse me, they might be doing like the ridge vent or laying down material. Most amount of damage somehow. E100 did a fantastic job on their team though, but unfortunately for them it was not enough. So T32 is up next here. I smell like beefy peanut butter from those treats. Eat more brownie, you just type the command. That's all you have to do. All my string commands are in the video description, or not the video description, the panels underneath. He put this under my foot. Here you go. He's obsessed with that. Hello, John. Unless you've been here, I forget. Yeah, looking at the chat bot. Let's see. Good. Hmm. 98 should have won triple. Let's see. Well, I just switched it to maybe that'll help. It might have been, but I think what happened is the default setting. So basically 61 and up wins double. However, it says you have a 2% chance to win triple. So maybe that was still 199, but if you win 100, you also get the jackpot. I think that's what it did, instead of bumping it down and 100's just the jackpot. That's how I thought it worked, but it looks like that's, you know, if you get 100, you win triple plus the jackpot. That's what it seems like. So that's really is a jackpot. Yes, Levi's an English Springer Spaniel. That's incorrect. What? It's not supposed to be gamble the command, what it just said there. You gotta do exclamation point, roll dice, press space, and type the amount of biscuits, which you only have 15 after your name. So you have to type exclamation point, you know, roll dice 15 for it to actually work. On Sheridan. Not that I'm probably gonna hit you. It's gonna probably hit the, knowing me, the dirt. There you go. Unfortunately, you lost your biscuits, but that's how it works. So by the next time the stream rolls around, you should have more Levi biscuits, to where you basically get one per minute if you're a follower and a regular viewer. So I think that kicks in at like 20 hours. You get a little bit more as well. If you're a subscriber, you get an extra basically 4 per minute. Tips get 100 per dollar value, and you can win them in raffles and stuff as well. So I'm going to start another raffle here shortly. Yeah, there's a lot of different ways to win Levi biscuits. It's a little fun thing to where you can, you know, you can tip my dog, you can gamble them, you can buy special stuff for the stream. I think Labobo, I think he's away if I'm not mistaken. But yes, I remember something. But no, I haven't seen him around today. The chatbot actually, with how Twitch works, or no, Labobo is here. He's here. We found you, Labobo. He's probably busy at work and he can't chat. Sorry if you're trying to remain incognito, Labobo. The way the chatbot works though with Twitch, to where since you don't need to chat to be counted as an active viewer to get your stream currency, your watch time, stuff like that, it actually has a little list of viewers in the chatbot. I usually have it on a different tab though, so I can look at the tank request queue, the raffles, stuff like that. Or even if you're watching like a, say, a past stream or like a highlight and I'm streaming, it'll even count you as a viewer, as far as I'm aware for that, as long as you're somewhere on the channel. Right, so head this way. Really? I should have been able to pen that. It's like I'm trying not to use APCR. That's the easy way with this tank. Not that it's a strong tank even with APCR, but I shouldn't have to worry about that T-44. He's going to be able to angle though. Maybe I will have to... Yeah. Got myself too far out, unfortunately. Thank you, Artie. Waiting for my team now since I lost, whoa, really stupid damage there, or HP. As far as the two, like I streamed on YouTube for a very long time, and it's only been about 2 weeks where I've only done Twitch, and I streamed on both, you know, for a while earlier this year as well, to where they both have their ups and downs. Like, you know, I won't say one's entirely better over another, but you know, when it comes to just solely the live streaming element of it, I would say Twitch has the slightly leg up, or slightly, you know, larger leg up over YouTube live. It mainly comes down to, you know, since it's purely focused on live streaming, that's what people expect from Twitch, and also it has more options available as far as like the API for Twitch, as far as like doing chatbot stuff, and the quality is a little bit better for the source resolution, and the delays a little bit less. But you know, I still like both, to where if there was a way for me to do both at the same time with like getting encoding on Twitch, I would still do that, but that's gonna have to wait until I become a partner, which hopefully will be, I'm shooting for sometime by summer, I hope. Yeah, but it's not like I basically ditched YouTube, to where I still put videos out there. I just don't live stream on YouTube, since once you become an affiliate, or if you're a partner and you don't negotiate it out of like the partner contract, you can't live stream on both at the same time. Let me go ahead to chat. I really don't feel it, or not chat, cap. I was gonna say, I really don't feel like pushing at this guy, but what the hell? We have someone on a cap, I might as well just go there. But honestly, it was kind of, with what I do at the stream, when it comes to like my tank requests, all the like tipping Levi, and all the special commands and stuff I have, it wasn't sustainable, honestly, for me to do both streams at the same time with 2 different chats, you know, 2 different chat bots, and like lists of people, to where that's, you know, a kind of big reason why, you know, I made a decision to just focus on one, to where, you know, most people do the stream on Twitch, YouTube for everything else approach, and you know, it makes sense as far as a organizational standpoint, where even on YouTube, like my highlights and stuff from streams, even though they're not, you know, live, they will look a little bit crisper since it's using the source resolution. Hello Speed, nice to see you. Welcome to the stream. Comment on my gameplay. I do my best, you know, to kind of say why I'm doing something, and, you know, kind of my thought process, if that's what you mean. Like sometimes, you know, I'll just be like talking about something else, whether it's like cooking or, you know, whatever, but I do try to at least like explain why I'm doing something, and, you know, the benefits and I guess downsides of going to like a specific spot. It's like I do run, you know, WoTguru.com, to where I make a lot of guides and stuff, so I try my best to, you know, definitely work that into the stream, to where one thing I like about the stream is, you know, I let people basically pick the tanks I play, to where all you have to do right now, though, it's at the end where I close my queue for the requests. You just type !! request and then press space and a tank name after it. As long as I have it, I'll play it. Well, that's one thing. As far as like YouTube versus Twitch, they're both going to coincide with one another. There's even a third option, Mixer, that's pretty popular. But, you know, to me, there's no right or wrong reason to choose one over the other or do both. It's just solely up to, you know, the person streaming, more or less, themselves to make that decision. But YouTube actually is growing faster than Twitch. Twitch is much larger, but YouTube actually is growing as far as streamers go, faster than Twitch is. No problem, Speed. Yes, unless, you know, on Discord for the stream, which there's a link underneath the video in the panels here for it. Basically, I should be streaming again tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, even though I don't have something like scheduled underneath here on my standard stream schedule. I should be back by 9, to where if for whatever reason that changes, I will update you guys on Discord. But I'm 87% confident I'll be streaming tonight. Favorite kitchen knife and brand? Like, the knives I own, they're Wusthof knives, but Henkel's aren't bad either. But honestly, the majority of the knives I use on like a day-to-day basis in the kitchen are cheapy, like $20 chef knives, because, you know, using it day in and day out, you're just like beating the hell out of your knife to where I can't believe I just missed that shot. That's a big mistake. I went here even though it's a little risky. But yeah, I should have done better there. Honestly, I need to get myself out of here too before this 105 comes back around. This is a little bit, oh god, no, 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 no. A little bit risky for me to go out here, but I think in the grand scheme of things, crap, unless I get tracked here. This is the only way I'm gonna live. I knew it was gonna be risky, but if I stayed there, the 13105 was gonna be able to get me. So, sorry for the beginning of this match, but I should be able to recover here. Yeah, the 13105 just pushed in to where I 150% would have been dead there. I shouldn't be spotted here. If I am, then I'm definitely gonna die. But yeah, for like day in, day out in a restaurant though, I guess we have a bunch of like, you know, just kind of cheap knives that the kitchen has. I'm gonna use my knife if I really have to like cut something like, say, perfectly, or I'm like cutting a crap ton of stuff and want like a really good knife. Because honestly, like, I don't do like I prep stuff, but I don't do like a lot of like that type of prep, like being the sous chef. Like, I'm doing a lot of like the more, I guess, technical stuff, if that makes sense, instead of like, say, chopping a bucket of onions or something. Fortunately, our team's a little bit struggling here. It happens. Not every match can be great. I will say though, with tier 10 lights, they're not exactly my best class to play, nor are they the easiest class to play for anybody, honestly. We're still in it though. We're only down by 3, but it's all gonna depend on this E100. Ooh. Being able to kill this guy here. Get sandwiched. Try to stick with HE here. Give him a hand. Ah, that was a stupid shot. I'll admit that. I just missed him. Are you freaking kidding me? A little bit annoyed at myself for missing that shot. Come on. HE, why are you not working? It's like heat here is it's not exactly reliable, which is why I wasn't using it. But yeah, we're screwed now. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. We are doubly screwed. I just hit him on the track and I'm dead. Oh well. Sorry about the match in this, but he can't win them all. So let me start a giveaway here. The T-54E1. This might be my last battle, or I might pop in for another grind here. Honestly, Jay, I tried not to at everyone on Discord, only because I don't want to say not to like annoy people. I couldn't commit to 90%. I like picking weird numbers. But yeah, I don't like Discord servers, honestly, that at everyone, because there's a few of them I've actually quit for that reason. Why'd I go hide behind the top of the hill in F2? So I could have done that, but I don't know. Honestly, you know, when you're playing and streaming, I can't think of everything, so it would have been honestly a decent option to go there. But looking at that though, because the enemy kind of went there, the AMX 13105 when it pushed, I would have died because I didn't have, say, help from the center. The enemy team won the center, and you know, our team just didn't win anywhere, honestly, on that last match. Like, part of it was my fault, you know, I was top tier, but you know, thank you for the follow though, Dave New. But Cliff's one of those matches or maps where, you know, if your team doesn't really, say, grab something in the beginning, I find it pretty difficult to actually like claw your way back to where our team, it would have been nice if we could have pushed the 1-2 line, but that's why I kind of went up that route to begin with. But once I let that 13105 get me down to whatever HP I was at, it was really hard for me to actually justify staying there because I was all by myself. But looking at the time, this is probably going to be my last match, only because, you know, I'm going to have to definitely pop out as far as the roof goes. And a couple other things to do today. The roof's just the biggest thing on my plate. But I will be back, unless otherwise, you know, I note it on Discord tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Really don't want to fight this guy, but it's kind of too late for me to go to the other flank. I'm just hoping that with those guys on the left, they just checking to make sure nobody's gonna pop me here. Help. Yeah, we're in a bit of a pickle. We need to flank guys, not group up. I think they know what that is. This 268 version 4 is nearly impenetrable from the front for us. We are gonna crap, they have a don't sit behind me. They have a T-54E1 back here. Try to pull this guy out. I thought the T-49 was gonna help us, but he's not fantastic. At least our Artie's trying to help us out here. Trying to get this guy to... Yeah, I'm glad I didn't push, but yeah, we're about to get boned. That guy's too far out, so he's going to take shots, and they're not going to push. BK, why? Yeah, I kind of started liking the T-54E1 once I played like 20-30 battles in it. Steinhelm, I'm fairly sure it does take into account the drop, yes. Luckily though, this 268 version 4, he's got no more teammates. There's still that T-54E1 back here, but... really, I knew trying to face him, I was just going to bounce off of him all day long, but... why you just whittle down everyone around him, and hope it goes in your favor. Had he pressed harder there though, say like more towards the 0 line on the edge, he probably would have been able to kill us. But it is a hard tank to play. The gun's a little bit trolly, where like I had APCR loaded for the 268. You know, the gun's a little trolly to where it's not really reliable. The accuracy kind of sucks. Penetration, like you said, isn't the best. But, you know, all around it's still pretty decent about chucking damage out. I just try to play it really safe to where never expect my armor to block anything, and I always expect my gun to miss like 2 to 3 of the shots, to be honest. It's that unreliable. Like, I won't like push alone, say, on an enemy expecting to land every single shot. That's just wishful thinking. But this is definitely my last fight. I'll, you know, get the raffle all tidied up after this. But thank you very much today, guys, for the new subs, the tips, the bits, and the new follows too. It was a fun stream. Sorry again for the roofing noise. The T-57, yes, it is much better. So think about the same mobility, but it's actually a little bit smaller, I believe. Not by much, but just a hair. But more importantly, more accurate gun and a crap load of DPM and better penetration. So T-57 is it's a completely different tank. That tank, you rely on the gun and you just spew out tons of damage. You don't want to get shot though. Alright, let me get this all tidied up here. Go. But thank you very much, guys, for today. It was a fun stream. Top 2 damage. Yeah, in the match, beat out the 113. Honestly, though, where is he at? This guy, us killing him pretty much sealed the deal for the match, because he would have been tough if we couldn't flank him and kind of get his teammates out. But all in all, let's see who wins the raffle here. Congratulations, Carl, for winning the raffle. Which, again, you know, I'll be back tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, to where I'll probably go at least 2 hours, if not like a little bit longer. So hopefully I'll see some of you guys tonight. Otherwise, my next scheduled stream is going to be tomorrow, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, you know, whether I catch you guys tonight or tomorrow, you know, have a nice one. Yeah, hopefully, yeah, definitely my roof's gonna be done today because it's supposed to rain tomorrow. But hopefully this is the last time where I have as much noise on the stream. And I did forget, GG, as far as checking for this. I did forget to check this earlier. I don't know what exactly you were asking about as far as the badges go, but yeah, I kind of forget. But if you're still here, sorry about forgetting to look at this earlier. But anyway, thanks again for watching, guys. Hopefully I'll see you guys tonight. If not, have a very nice day. See you around.